Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of What the Real Podcast. I'm your host Darnell.
And I'm Brittany.
So, what are we gonna do today on this episode?
Today we're going to do childhood TV shows that we're really fond of, that we enjoy. This is probably going to be like a two-parter, maybe a three-parter, it depends.
Maybe even longer than that. We'll say.
Yeah, so we're just going with the flow because I know you definitely have a long list of TV
I have,
shows.
yeah, and it could be longer than that. Like, I have a lot of shows growing up back in the day. You know?
Yeah, I have a lot too, but I don't know if I have as many as you, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really take as much time to do it as yours. I
Yeah.
kind of just did mine off the top of my head and went like this
Yeah.
and did it. But if I like actually sat down and did it, I'm sure I can find a lot more.
Yeah. I did the same too. I did directly what was in my head, and then I kind of went back and looked, seeing what was coming out. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that, and did like that. But this can be multiple parts. There's probably going to be a lot of parts for this, so I'm sure when you really sit down and think about it, you can get a good list going.
Yeah, I'm definitely 100% sure.
Yeah. And it's going to be interesting too on our list because we're two different generations, so
Yes.
it's going to be interesting what we our picks.
Like, I'm curious to know, are we going to have any crossovers? Are we not?
I'm sure there'll be at some point there'll be some crossover, but not many. Some obvious ones, I can just think of my head. I'm sure you watched The Simpsons before, like back in the day.
Yes.
Yeah. That's something like that. I used to watch Simpsons. Simpsons been on forever, so
Yeah, it's like 20 years
yeah,
now, right?
it might be a lot. I think it's longer than that now. Yeah. So let's just jump right in. You want to go first? Or I go first.
Sure, I'll go first.
All right.
My first childhood show is Rocket Power.
Rocket Power. Okay. I did watch Rocket Power. I did not watch much of Rocket Power.
Rocket Power was probably my favorite show.
Mhm.
I was always into the skateboarding, scootering, rollerblading, stuff like that. If not, you can catch me outside doing all that stuff. And then I always came in and I watched it on television.
Oh, really?
And it was just different episodes. Like one episode, they'll be surfing and then they'll be in a competition. Or another episode, they'll be doing like a snowboarding competition and stuff like that. So it does with a lot of outdoor sports. And it's a group of friends and a brother and sister who do the activities together.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of Rocket Power. I did love rollerblading back in the day.
Yeah, rollerblading was a lot of fun.
I love rollerblading. I'm surprised I didn't watch it more because of that. Because that was like around that time. Rollerblading was pretty big back then.
Yeah.
Like it's trying to get a little comeback, but it's more like just people doing tricks. If anything, it's not like just people rollerblading to exercise or just to get around.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was big. I used to be pretty good at rollerblading.
I used to be good, and then I went to a roller rink a couple years ago, and then I realized how much I suck now.
It's not that. It's just rollerblades are not good for roller rings. It's for street. Like I remember, like back in the day when they had their roller rings, everyone go to roller rings. Like, I got my rollerblades, and then you're just slipping. You're sliding all over the place.
Yeah.
Because it's just too slick for rollerblades. So like rollerblades are good for streets. Yeah.
Gotcha.
You want like smooth asphalt is really good for rollerblades. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, Rocket Power is a good one. That's a good one. So mine is one that I definitely enjoyed growing up, and it's Ghost Rider. Have you heard of this?
I've heard of it, but I've
Okay.
never seen it.
Okay, so Ghost Rider, pretty much it's follows this kid, well, a group of kids, but at first it shows this kid Jamal, and like I think he's in his basement or whatever like that, and he finds this book, and he opens up this book, and he literally sees like a ghost. It's like an orb, and it has like it's almost like an orb with like trailing, like some kind of trailings going off, but it looks like an orb, like, and it flies up, and he's like super scared, but it comes to find out it's a ghost, and you can communicate with him, but the only way you can do is by writing to him. So you write to him, and he would actually take the letter. So if you wrote something on a piece of paper, he would actually take those letters and then create new letters and talk to you that way. So the best way to talk to Ghost Rider was always on the computer, because he can just go on the computer and just grab any letter he wants.
Yeah.
So he finds the ghost, and then he has a group of friends, and no one can see him. Only at first Jamal can only see the ghost, but then some of his friends will see him, and they're like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And he's like, "Oh, this is Ghost, and you only can talk to him by writing." And they, this group of kids who live in Brooklyn, which is a really good cast of kids who live in Brooklyn, they, solve crimes and mysteries using the ghosts. He actually helps them out, communicating. Like sometimes the kid is trapped or something like that. He would fly and see the kid trapped, and he would go to someone else and try to warn them, hey, the kid's over here, or something like that. So they would use him to solve mysteries, crimes. Like it was crazy. Like some serious crimes. Like I think one of the stores got like burned down or something like that, and they were trying to find who did it, and they was using Ghost Rider to, stuff like that. So it was really good. It was a really good show, and what was really cool about it, it was like while watching the show, like they would have like, all right, guys, make sure you get your case book and write down all the clues and stuff in this episode and all that stuff there. So they want you to, they encourage you to, play along and stuff like that. And they would have like different cases, and like it'd be like each case is 4 episodes for one case and all that stuff. It was really cool. It was a really good show. It freaking loved it. And then I just found out when I was doing research for this, the ghost, the writer wrote that the ghost wasn't actually this is kind of crazy, but he was saying the ghost was actually a runaway slave from the Civil War who taught slaves how to read, and somehow he was trapped in that book. So when Jamal found him, that's what the ghost is from, which is kind of crazy. But it was really cool. They had like these little Ghost Rider pens that they always keep on like on their little neck, and they would hang it, and they had a little ghost. I always wanted one of those Ghost Rider pens, but it was just a great show. It was really good.
It actually sounds pretty good.
It's really good. They remade it in 2019. I did not watch it, but it's supposed to be good as well. But
really?
That's something you definitely need to check out. Ghost Rider is so good. It was so good.
It sounds really good.
Such a great show. Came on PBS.
Really?
Yes. Back in 92. Such a good show. Right. Yeah, I love it.
I'm going to have to definitely check that out. That sounds really good. Definitely has my interest. And my number 2 today is going to be the Powerpuff Girls.
Ooh, that's my show. There's crossover already.
Buttercup, yo. Buttercup. Yes. That was mine. I have other sisters, and we had which Powerpuff Girl we each were. But pretty much it's like these 3 girls. They were made in a lab by accident, and they have superpowers. And each day they face different villains, like Mojo Jojo. Or him.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So to save the town. So.
Yeah, I love that show. I actually remember drawing it on my door. I drew them on my door and colored them in and all that stuff. It's really cool. Mojo Jojo was the best villain.
Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo. I love how he talked too. I think he talked like backwards or something like that. It was just he was like I think he was like a monkey, and then he got super smart or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he wears that helmet type thing, because that's his brain.
There's supposed to be like a live action version or something like that.
Is there?
They were supposed to, at one point, I think it was supposed to happen, but then it got canceled or something.
Oh. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, I did see, I forgot the name of it, but there was, they showed not the pilot, but the concept of it, but it was called, I forgot what it was called. It wasn't called the Powerpuff Girls. It was called something else. I'm trying to remember what it was. But then, like, they're like, oh, we love it, but we don't like the name. So the creator was like asking all his friends, like, what do you think is a good name? And then one of them brought up the Powerpuff Girls or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Do you remember the Rowdy Rough Boys?
Yes, that episode. Oh my gosh.
They had to fight them. Oh,
Powerpuff Girls was still better.
yeah.
All the way.
Yes.
I got you, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup.
Yep. Then my girl Tara Strong, she actually did Bubbles' voice.
Really?
Yeah, Tara Strong. She does a lot of voices actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I love that show. So I would say that's our first crossover
Yeah.
already.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's definitely a good one.
And the mayor, and you never see the secretary's face.
Oh yeah, you never see her face. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. It's
That
such a-
always drove
such a-
me
Yeah.
crazy. I'm like, just let me see it just once.
Yeah, she has
Just
like a
once.
big hair like that, right? She was skinny with big
Big red
orange,
hair.
Big red hair, yeah.
Orange hair, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It came on that was Cartoon Network, right? Yeah.
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon
Yep.
Network, okay. Yeah, that's definitely a good one. I love that show.
Yeah.
All right, my another one. My next one. This one I definitely watch a lot. I believe I watched every episode that aired on TV.
Oh wow.
And that's Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead.
So stupid.
Yes. Beavis and Butthead, it was just too funny. Just two teen boys who were just so stupid and just like they can barely read and like they're just dumb kids who got into trouble.
But they always get away with it though.
Yeah.
They do stupid things.
Yeah.
But they manage to get away with it. Like I remember watching the movie like Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Oh yeah.
And like I'm just like the cops are looking for them, but they always manage to escape. But I didn't even realize the cops were after them.
Yeah. Well, in the movie they got away, but in the cartoon, like the show, they used to get their ass whooped all the time.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh okay.
Like Todd, the guy that they always liked, they always wanted to be Todd. He would just beat them up all the time. Yeah.
I remember watching the show, but I don't really remember what happens in the show.
Yeah, pretty much they would just get in crazy situations. I remember one. It was just like a lot of random stuff. Like one, they work at the what was the name of the food spot they used to work at? But then Beavis would like he has some itch in his crotch and he's using the spatula. To
Oh my god.
scratch it, and then everyone got sick or something like that.
Oh.
It was just like a random stuff. But so where Beavis and Butthead came from, there was a show on MTV called Liquid Television. And it was just like a show that had all these little shorts in it. And one of them was Beavis and Butthead short, and it was called Frog Baseball. Which, you think about it, that's what exactly we were doing. Frog Baseball, they would throw the frog up in the air and smack it with the baseball bat and all that stuff. But Beavis and Butthead was so good. It was just them being dumb and, cornholio, I need TP for my bunghole.
Yeah, that I remember. Need TP for my bungle.
And then Beavis obsessed with fire and all that stuff, which actually I read that was very controversial because they kind of like cut some of him saying fire a lot because some kid like burned their house down and they tried to blame it on Beavis and Butthead, but come to find out they didn't even have cable, so they didn't watch it. Also the show actually spawned two good spin-offs. So Daria, I don't know if you've ever seen Daria before.
No.
So Daria was a character from the show, and she got her own show.
Oh.
And then King of the Hill.
I love King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. Hank is from Beavis and Butthead. They pretty much, it's not the same character, but it's inspired by him, so it's a spinoff. But yeah, that's from Beavis and Butthead, Hank Hill.
Oh.
So yeah, it's just really good. It had a couple movies. They remade it and got a new one. Also, during the episodes, they would watch TV, watch music videos and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I thought that was funny. But yeah, it used to come on MTV, and I watched every episode that aired on MTV.
Oh wow.
Everyone. So I really, really loved Beavis and Butthead back in the day. That was my show.
Didn't they just restart it, making new episodes of Beavis and Butthead now?
Yeah, they remade it. I think it came out in like 2011. They rebooted it, and then they just recently rebooted it again. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good one.
Yeah. Beavis. Oh, loved it. Love Beavis and Butthead.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I only remember the movie, but
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
And the stupid laugh. All right. My next one is Codename Kids Next Door.
Ooh, that's another crossover. I used to watch that a lot too. Yeah.
So good. It's like pretty much at a certain age, these kids get into the secret agency, and there's like there's number 1 all the way up to 5 in this area, and they pretty much have their own different parts they do in solving the crime that they need to solve. But it's like teenage stuff. Like I remember the one episode, like they're like fighting over bras. Do you remember that episode? Like
No.
it's like something about the bra. Like the adults, like once you reach like a certain age, you can't be in the
Yeah.
Codename Kids Next Door anymore. You can't be in it anymore.
Mm.
And they were thinking the training bras that the girls wear were used as a weapon, so they were trying to stop it and stuff like that. It's just things like that.
I do remember the one episode where it's like one of the characters in the show hit that age where he wasn't allowed to be in there anymore, so they had to deal with that, him leaving and stuff like that. I remember that episode, and that was like a big deal. But yeah, I used to watch this a lot, and they had their little tree house, you know.
They each got their own
little
section,
spot, yeah, the
with
little
their
sections.
theme in it.
Yeah, that was I definitely watched that a lot.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
Yeah, it's a good show.
They all like all the little inventions, all their guns and stuff. It was like
Yeah.
you know how they made them and stuff. It was just weird. It was a really good one. I used to watch that a lot, like seriously a lot. I used to watch that a lot. So yeah, Kids Next Door was definitely a good one.
I'm surprised. So far, we have 2 crossovers.
Yeah. My next one is Ren and Stimpy.
Is that with the red guy and the small?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So Ren and Stimpy is.
I used to watch this show too.
Yeah, Stimpy, Simpson, J cat, but Stimpy was a cat, and then Ren he was a Chihuahua.
Okay.
Yeah, and Ren was like super serious and like he was like you know unstable and emotional and kind of crazy a little bit. But then Stimpy was just super dumb. He was just very dumb and loyal though, and it was just so good because it was all about like the cartoon was all about just like Ren. He has all these crazy ideas to get rich and to get money, you know, get rich, get a new living situation because they used to live like crap, and they have all these plans to do stuff and they would just never work. It would never work. And one thing about I really liked this cartoon was very dark, had a lot of dark humor,
Yes, it
a lot
did.
of adult jokes, a lot of it. I remember one episode, I remember watching it at home, and they showed like side boob, like, and I remember my cousin was like, "Oh my god, they're showing side boob in the cartoons. Why are you watching this?" I was like, "It's Ren and Stimpy." So, it was really good. One episode I remember that, they were just like living in the street and they're like, all right, we got to do something about this. So they seen all the Dalmatians like living good in the firehouse. So they decided to paint themselves to look like Dalmatians so they can live in the firehouse and all that stuff. So they had to deal with that. And then I think they got like sprayed by water and ended up getting beat up or something like that because they got caught. But Ren and Stimpy was just such a great show. And then they would show like, anytime there was like someone ugly or some kind of beat up or something, they would do like this really close up shots and they were super detailed of how they looked. And it was so gross, like how they showed it. But yeah, just I would say one episode, if you want to see how dark this show can be, there's an episode called Space Madness and it's so good. I think everyone should watch. Even if you don't watch Ren and Stimpy, you should watch this episode called Space Madness. It's pretty much they're on a spaceship and like literally, Ren he slowly goes insane, and it's so good. Like it's really good. He ends up going crazy. Ends up like eating soap, and like just going nuts. Like thinking it's like a candy bar. He ends up eating soap and all this stuff. It's a wild episode. And then also, I just have to say about this, there's a really couple good like side characters. There's a side character called Mr. Horse. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I remember watching this show, but I don't
just remember-
remember what happened in
Yeah.
it. But I remember the detailed, like everything shown like detailed like that. But I don't remember I only remember the two main
The two main
characters,
characters.
and everything else is just a total
Okay.
blur to me.
Yeah. So there was a character named Mr. Horse, and the main thing about him is like during that, I think it was that same episode about the Dalmatian. He ends up getting thrown out of a building, and he landed to the ground feet 1st, and then he falls on the ground. He's like dragging, his legs are like broken, and they go, and then like a news character was like, "Hey, Mr. Horace, how do you feel about that?" And he gets up, it's like, and he goes like, "No, sir, I didn't like it," and then goes back down and starts crawling again, screaming, and then there was him, and then there was a character called Powdered Toast Man.
I don't remember that. No.
So, Powdered Toast Man was a superhero that his head was French toast, and he would fly, but he would fly backwards. And then when you would fly on it, if you're on top of him, you would grab his butt cheeks to hold on.
Oh
or
my
something like
god.
that. So, yeah, awesome show. They would have little fake board games, and one of the board games was called "Don't Take a Whiz on the Electric Fence." It's a great cartoon. I used to love watching it. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. My next one is Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
That's another one I used to watch a lot.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Yes.
So pretty much it follows a group of kids named Ed, Ed, and Eddie, and they're the outcasts of this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like people make fun of them and stuff like that. And the one guy, Ed, he's always trying to figure out a way to make money and stuff like that.
Get them jawbreakers.
Yeah, with them jawbreakers. Double D is the smart one of the group, and then Ed is just the idiot of the group.
Yeah.
And they just get picked on and stuff like that, and they're just always trying to get in these situations, trying to get out of these situations they get themselves in.
Yeah, it's so good. They have the three girls that like them all the time, and they always be bullying them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to watch this a lot as well, Ed and Eddie. It's really good. With Plank.
Oh my gosh, Plank. Yeah.
I forgot the friend, the actual. Well, I forgot his name though. That has Plank, but I forgot.
I can't remember his name.
but I remember Plank.
Yeah.
How
How could you not remember
Yeah.
Plank? I mean,
Yeah.
come on. Plank
is
is the
funny.
main character. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
And then I forgot there was like an Indian kid, and he would call them the Ed Boys, but I forgot his name. The other characters, but yeah, Ed and Ed, it was really good. They literally all they did was just try to get over on their friends and stuff like that. Well, sort of friends, and they just half the time it didn't work, and they ended up getting beat up or chased or something like that.
Yeah, that big bully, the guy with the hat backwards, would always.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name.
I
don't
wish
remember
I'd
his name.
known. I should have wrote down names.
But yeah, Ed and Ed is really good. Trying to think. I don't know. There's just I'm trying to think what year this came out, but like I was so when I was like still 17, 18, 19, I was still watching cartoons. Like I loved cartoons.
Dude,
So
I
this
still
is-
watch cartoons
Yeah.
nowadays.
So I watch it like just all the time, even at those older ages where I watch TV a lot. So I still love
Yeah.
watching these. Like these cartoons are like they're not for me young watching. These are I'm sure it was like 17, 18 and it was out. But yeah, I'd still love watching these. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So my next one is something I used to love all the time is Mr. Bean. You ever see Mr. Bean?
I seen Mr. Bean like the movie, but I don't
Oh,
remember
so-
seeing the show.
Oh, you have to watch Mr. Bean, the show. It is so funny. So it takes whatever that movie is, and then it's just pure comedy. It's similar to the movies, but I think it's
He doesn't talk still, right?
no. He does talk. Mr. Bean does talk, but he barely talks.
Okay.
Like he will say his name. Someone asks his name, he'll say his name, but he doesn't say Mr. Bean. He says Bean. Like
Okay.
sometimes he talks, but he barely talks. Like he have one or two lines, and that's it throughout the whole
It's
episode.
all about his facial
Yeah,
expressions.
it's all about expressions. All about his physical comedy.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like, and it's like dumb stuff. Like every episode is just him doing dumb stuff, and it's simple stuff. Like one episode is him going out to lunch. He's on his lunch break and he's sitting on the bench, and then there's a guy next to him eating his lunch. So he's trying to make his sandwich better than the guy next to him and stuff like that. And like he ends up messing up his lunch. It's simple stuff like that, and it's just hilarious. Like another one was he was late for work, so he ends up hopping in his car driving, and like he's doing everything when driving. He's brushing his teeth, he's changing his clothes while driving.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
he's he's while brushing his teeth, he's using the windshield fluid as mouthwash while he's
Oh my gosh.
it's so good. Like it's so good. Like just doing simple stuff. I remember like he has a girlfriend in a couple episodes. So
Oh boy.
one of the episodes they go to the movies and like he's making fun of his girlfriend because they're gonna go see a horror movie.
Yeah.
So right before the movie starts, he keeps on scaring her and stuff like that. And so once the movie starts, he gets scared. Now he's super scared, and like he's trying to pretend like he's not scared while his girlfriend just watching the movie fine. And it's just simple stuff as that, and like it's so good. Like I remember I literally watch every episode of Mr. Bean. It's a few episodes, like few seasons, like 4 or 5 seasons, but it's such a good show. Like
Nice.
it's so good. Like straight physical comedy, and it's just done so well. This is like perfect comedy if you like physical comedy. Yeah.
Okay.
So good. So good.
Yeah, I do like that. And I do
Yeah.
like Mr. Bean because I remember watching the movie and I just remember him giving the middle finger to
Mm.
everyone in the movie,
Yeah.
like thinking it meant good. So he's just over there just giving the finger to
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. Like the movie is good, but I still think the TV show is better.
Okay.
It's so good.
Because I think the movie's good.
Yeah.
So
if you love
that means
yeah.
I'll like the TV show.
Yes, you will love the TV show. It's so good. That's what I have so far. I have a lot more, but I think we're gonna break this into parts because we can make these episodes super long. So I think we will break them into parts. This will be part 1, and so we'll stay tuned for part 2.
Yes.
Stay tuned for part 2. We'll definitely probably add more for part 2. We'll add a couple more than what we did 4.
Yeah.
We'll do a little bit more in 4, and we'll get more detailed into it.
Yes.
We'll get a little bit more detail, but yeah.
I'll be more prepared.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot. I have so many.
Yeah, you have like 100.
Yeah. I'll once this episode's over, I'll say something to you. But yeah, it's guys, let us know. Let us know what do you thought of these? Did you watch any of these shows growing up? I know I did. We already got plenty of crossover because I
Yeah.
definitely watched those growing up. But yeah, guys, let us know. Let us know. Compare and contrast and all that stuff.
What are other shows
Yeah.
you watched growing up? Like, what is your top 10? We want to hear from you guys. We're curious to know if they're going to match what we're going to put in future episodes or are they not?
Yeah, guys. So yeah, definitely do that. Prepare for part 2. It's coming soon. So yeah, guys, make sure you rate us and make sure you rate and follow us. But how many stars should you rate us?
5 stars, guys.
Yes, make sure you do that. We also got a email, so make sure you email us any comments or suggestions. What is our email?
Podcastwhatthereal@gmail.com.
Yes. Also, we have the YouTube channel. We're trying to grow. We're trying to get some subscribers. So make sure you go there. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It's at What the Real Podcast at YouTube. And yeah, guys. So we'll catch you on the next episode.
Bye.
Peace out.